Alarm off, cat along, turn this up, sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear, bring your coffee over here, you know how we do, it's the community wake up, with news you can use, wake up, morning show, Charles and Damali, news you can use right here, right now, put it in your lifestyle, got the headline straight, never hollow, Damali, got the game plan, moves you can follow, traffic in the weather, what's picking up school, from the block to school, keep you in the loop, wake up, morning show, Charles and Damali, news you can use right here, right now, put it in your lifestyle, from the front porch to the car, to the car, keep it real, keep the hometown, let the whole turn it up, you rockin' with the community, wake up, morning show.
Good morning, and welcome to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali. I am Miss Damali.
And I am Charles.
And we're here to deliver news you can use, culture and conversation that moves the community forward each and every morning.
Today, our theme is personal standards. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community every single day.
And the vision is a stronger, smarter, more engaged community. Yes.
Damali, what's going on?
It's Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday, and we live here in the building with a whole lot going on. But you know what I love about you and love about me?
What's that?
It's called a Community Wake Up Morning Show for a minute. First, I'm going to tell you to slide your seat up so it don't pull our thing back down.
Oh,
up,
okay.
Not back.
Okay.
And then, two, I'm going to say, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in live. I'm on the live on World One Development on my phone, even though it's blocking your face because it is on.
Right.
But anyway, that's not the point.
That's
the point
not the
is
point.
I'm doing it. I can slide it over to another location. Let me do
Yes.
It's just going to be here for a little bit because I just want to be able to let people know where to go.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, we are trying to correct an issue with our live on World One Development, but it's okay because we are here. We're gonna improvise. We're gonna make sure that you guys get the information and the news that we have prepared for you each and every day. So until we figure this out and figure out what's going on and get it corrected, then we're gonna just improvise. So we're asking everyone to go to YouTube Live.
There you go.
All you got to do is go there. You'll go to the official World One Development News You Can Use page. And there you'll be able to catch us. You'll be able to play the Black Wall Street Family Feud. You'll be able to get the trivia. You'll be able to do all of that cool stuff right there. So, and you can, and it works just like Facebook. So for those of you who are used to being on Facebook, it works exactly the same as Facebook. Hey, AJ, I need for you to go to YouTube Live and catch us on YouTube, okay? So we're just on here just for a quick second to let everybody know, go to YouTube Live. If you are trying to see us live in studio, for those of you who are driving in your car on your way to work, just keep on listening to where you've been listening. Okay?
Now you're back looking at me. You know what I'm talking about? This call, finding a way to make it work.
Okay.
Hey, cousin. So we live on the live. You see Steve, he got the fresh braids over there just in case you haven't seen him.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're doing this today because we're trying to let everybody know to go to YouTube. And I believe tomorrow, if the Lord say the same, we'll be live on Facebook again, doing what we do. It's just kind of like we said it once and we said it again like we said it before.
Yes.
Hey, at some point, NYCU.FM and what we do, this might be the only spot you can get us and what we're doing. So what I may do so that everybody will know, I'm going to go back to this camera, but y'all can keep listening and let people know, go to the YouTube page. So go to YouTube, go to the official World One Development News You Can Use. We live there. Or you can go to NYCU.FM and we there. But I'm going to leave y'all right here for a little bit.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a good spot to park this.
Exactly.
So that if y'all want to stay here for a little bit.
and just watch us. You'll be live in studio.
You see me a
No
little bit.
filter.
I let Damali slide that back just a little bit. So we are live on World One Development for a little bit.
Yes.
And we live on nycu.fm. And we live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. And of course, we live on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So today, the first thing that I want to do is say congratulations to Michigan.
Yeah, the Wolverines.
The Wolverines pulled it out. Right? They pulled it out. They beat UConn last night for the NCAA championship. This is their first championship since 1989.
Man, that's been a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that because in my mind, I thought the Fab Five won for a minute. The season was so profound. And if you don't know about the Fab Five at Michigan, then I would say that's the most legendary team ever all time. You know, yeah, Chris Webber, Jalen Rhodes, and them boys, they was doing it. Jawan Howard and all of them. But, man, it was good. You know, Michigan is just one of those mainstay programs that's always in the middle of the mix and always trying to find a way to make it happen.
Right.
So I just want to do a shout out to them. And again, I tried to watch the game. Let me tell you what happened. I said, I'm tired of all these streaming platforms, even though I might be on a couple of them. Man, how come you can't just turn on the TV and watch stuff no more?
Right.
You try to watch something, you got to go to Prime, HBO Max. You got to go here. You got to go to some new. You got to do something. You got to pay $200. You can't go past go. You can't watch a boxing match, basketball. You can't watch nothing. When was the day that you could just turn on the TV and just go to 227? You know what I'm talking about? Go to Sesame Street. You can just turn on the TV and watch what you want. But I know we got sound on the World One Development, so it looked like they saying we may not have sound on YouTube. So we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back. Now y'all live. I know y'all can hear this.
Y'all are
World One
live.
Development news you can use. Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali, and we'll be right back.
All right, y'all. We are back once again. Good morning. I see. Let's see. Richie is on the line.
What's
Good
going
morning,
on,
Richie.
cousin?
AJ says good morning, and Mom is watching. Good morning, Mom.
Good morning, everybody. You know what I love about this, Damali? It's one of those things where adjustments
Yeah.
move and shake. It's called being flexible.
Yes.
It's called being fluid. It's called being all of them things.
Yes.
And I love doing it. I don't have no problem with doing it because we still beta testing. Ran for 2 quick months.
And we were doing good.
Yeah. And
so what happens is, for one, we are right in the middle. You guys know, if you live in Tulsa, 36th Street North corridor is undergoing a makeover.
We got it. These are good problems to have.
Great
I don't even
problems
mind
to
because
have,
once all the fiber optics
fiber optics, yeah.
line, oh, that's some. Everybody got a word they can't say. Fiber optics. See, we in English class right now. Once they lay all these lines, they put new poles up all over North Tulsa. But every time you start driving, lights blinking, you try to turn on the street, and literally you may have 20 PSO trucks with poles everywhere. So it's a good problem to have. So we don't have no problem with it. So what we're going to do is just work through the times and let it just go through. And then we, on the other side, we're going to pop up new and improve. So I'm going to call somebody. I know somebody at PSO tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to give them a call and ask, hey, now what is going on? So what we need y'all to do is just put us a stick outside the event center because we broadcasting live. And y'all interrupting us, local, national, international. But nevertheless, if you jump in on here, remember to switch over to the YouTube page. The YouTube page is the official World One Development News you can use, but the one is spelled WON. Damali, with that being said, welcome to everybody that's listening on YouTube. Welcome everybody that's listening on KBOB 89.9 FM. And definitely welcome to everybody that's listening in on NYCU.FM radio station, where we are local, national, international. Damali, I said it once, I said it twice, and I'll say it again.
Yes.
It may just come a time. You know, today they're supposed to be, well, somebody's supposed to be trying to blow up everything. Now, I don't know why we're doing that. I don't know why we think that's a good idea. But like I said, you never know what's going on. But never fear, because fear is something that's really not there. But it can have you all panicky and anxiety up and all of that. And I hate that for our country, that you got so many seniors and kids and young people, and now they got to endure what I call Operation Foolishness. You know what I'm talking about? That we shouldn't live in a country where it's driven by fear. But remember this. If somebody's trying to drive fear, all that means is capitalism. It's a money game going on. So don't focus on all this crazy stuff you see on the news and TV and all of that. Don't focus on that. Check out what's going on with your stocks, your bonds, your account, and your business and your RAs and all of that. Because all they really doing is moving money. So bring your heart rate down. Don't tell your doctor you need some extra blood pressure medication. Your sugar is not rising on you or none of that stuff. We merely have a situation going on where they're trying to do a huge exchange of wealth. Right. That's my story, Damali, and I'm sticking to it on this Taco Tuesday. What about you? What you think about it? You remember he said on Tuesday, every power plant, every bridge in Iran, you got troops over there, 50,000 troops there in a terrain where it's no way to really win given that environment. And I'm really hoping, and I prayed this morning, Damali, that he do not be sending our troops into a spot where they can definitely get killed and then getting on TV, fooling all the American people, talking about we finna go do this, when we really are not about to do nothing but lose a lot of family members and stuff. And I just think that it's disheartening.
I totally agree.
Very disheartening.
I think that we have spent enough time talking about that.
I agree. So let's do our affirmation.
Let's move on.
Let's do the affirmation.
Move on. Yes, let's do our affirmation because we need some affirmations right now.
Oh, shoot. Hey.
With all that's going on. Here we go. So we're going to breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Our affirmation today says, I set high standards for myself and honor them daily. Well, let's break that down. First, it says, I set high standards for myself. That means you choose not to settle for the bare minimum. You decide what excellence looks like in your life, in your work, your character, your relationship, and your goals. High standards can look like showing up prepared, being consistent, doing what you say you'll do, treating people with respect, and striving for growth, not perfection. You decide the level that you want to operate on. And next it says, I honor them daily. Setting standards is one thing, but honoring them means living them out each and every day.
Mm.
It means staying disciplined even when it's hard, keeping your word to yourself, making choices that align with your goals, and holding yourself accountable. Standards only matter if you actually live by them. This affirmation reminds us that success is not built on occasional effort, it's built on daily discipline and consistency. When you set high standards and you honor them, you build confidence, you earn trust, you create momentum, and you become a strong example for others. Because the way you show up every day shapes the life you build over time. And that has been this morning's affirmation.
Girl, you said something right there.
I love it.
Well, I'm tell you what you said that I had to write it down.
What?
Girl, I had to write this thing down, Damali. This affirmation. Okay, let me come back down. The affirmation is designed to help us bring it in.
Yes.
But you said something that was amazing. But I'll go first here because I think it's when you talk about personal standards.
Mm-hmm.
Now this thing is getting individual.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We ain't talking about your uncle, your cousin. We're not talking about the government. We're not talking about the city, state, mayor, the pastor, and kid. We ain't talking about that.
Right.
We talking about your personal standards and what you got to do to stick to them. But what I got out of it, and I'm putting stars by it, because I'm like, I felt like with a bar. I might put it on a hat later.
Stop.
Is when you said standards only matter when you live by them.
Well, bars.
So really, if you don't live by no standard, then standards don't even mean nothing to you.
Right.
Because they only matter if you live by them. So the question is, what is your standard? So I'm gonna ask people, my few people on the live, y'all need to be going to YouTube because after this segment, we all gonna be on YouTube, and our YouTube page is the official World One Development News you can use. So Damali, I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask everybody on YouTube, Facebook, KPOB, or wherever you're tuning in, NYCU.FM.
Right.
Personal standards. What does personal standards mean to you personally? Damali, I'm gonna start with you because they say ladies first. Ladies first. Is a song to say?
Oh God, stop it!
It ain't no song to say.
It is a song that says lady, Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah, ladies first. So today, Damali, on this Taco Tuesday, ladies first.
Okay.
So when you think about personal standards, what does that mean to you personally?
It's how you show up in the world. It's the level of excellence that you choose for yourself each and every day. And this is I love this affirmation because personal standards is all about you.
Right.
You get to decide, you make the decision, right? So one of the things that has been crazy for me is throughout my lifetime, I just decided this is how I'm going to be. I'm going to get my nails done.
There you
I'm
go.
going to have my hair done. And let me tell you why. Because I was told by a teacher when I was like in middle school, maybe. And she said, you need to dress for where you're trying to go.
Right.
And so for me, that stuck with me.
Right.
And so that means whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking about where am I trying to go in life? Right. And so I set a standard for myself. So I think I've probably been getting my nails done for 30 years, you know, but it's because I choose to, not because I'm trying to look good for a guy or attract somebody or, you know, trying to outdo the Joneses or, you know, somebody else. That's my personal standard. Right. So the way I show up every day, the way you see me every single day is my personal standard.
Right.
I don't care if you like it. If I think I look good, then that's how I'm rocking and that's how I'm rolling. But, you know, you've got to have a standard for yourself. You can't be flipping and flopping and be all, because, you know, Katrina looks like this, I'm going to change my hair.
Right.
Oh, because Becky looks like this, I'm going to do this. You can't be all over the place. You got to get what your standard is and you got to ride it till the wheels fall off.
I like that. Damali, you said something. And when I think about personal standards, it makes me think about looking at it in different areas.
Right.
Personal standard is how I show up as who I am, how I show up at church, how I show up at home, how I show up in the community, how I show up with my finances, how I show up physically. How do I look?
Yes.
What is my standard just on my presentation of me and just how I look? What is the
Right.
standard on that? And so I think that when it's a personal standard, then it makes me, when it's time to look at the results of your personal standard, it's one of those situations when you got the same mom or you got the same mom and same dad. And you got 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 kids. Just depends on how you was living back in the day.
Right.
But here's the point. Some people can live in the same house. Same mom, same dad, same environment, same food, same everything.
Right.
One excels in life.
Yep.
And one heads to the dumpster. Now, I'm not saying nothing against nobody that head to the dumpster because I don't know your story. But you know how sometimes you see people that are siblings and stuff and be like, well, how are you excelling in and making it? But boy, what is going on with your sister?
Right.
What's going on with your brother? But you've been knowing since you was little.
Yep.
They ain't got no standards. One, when they was little, they didn't even want to take a bath. Now, being clean, being fresh
gotta be part
is
of
one standard. You can say, when we were little, they didn't even want to brush their teeth. Okay, that means you don't want to smile at nobody. Plus, you need to keep your breath back just a little bit.
Okay.
We just talking about personal standards. You know what I'm talking about? Because you know, certain people can just leave out the house and they don't care. They ain't gonna comb their hair. They ain't gonna wash their face. You know, they ain't gonna put on no lotion.
Like,
they ashy. You know what that means? What is your personal standard?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And now you're gonna have to get that thing and take that thing out into the world, Damali.
Right.
Because now this is where you can't blame nobody else. You can't pull nobody into your shenanigans because how you show up in the world is your personal standard. You can't blame your wife. You can't blame your husband. You can't blame your teacher. You can't blame the Lord.
Right.
You have to take full responsibility, I believe, for your personal standard.
I totally agree. My thing is how you show up is how people gonna treat you. You know, so if you show up looking crazy, people gonna treat you crazy. But if I show up in a business suit, and I'm not saying everybody got to wear a business suit, but I'm just saying if you show up presenting your best self, right, then people gonna treat you the way you show up. Now you could not have $1 in your pocket. And
let me say this now. Let me say this because I agree with you. I totally agree. But we're not saying or condoning treating people wrong.
Right.
Because you never know what somebody's going through.
That's right.
Because here's the thing, you can fall on hard times. It can be mental health stuff going on. It can be other factors that affect your personal standing and how you show up. You want to show up better, you know what I mean?
Right.
But something happened in your life that just threw you off your rockers. Because at this point, I don't care about anything.
Right.
Those things happening. So we're just talking about in a normal standard world where you can do what you want to do, but you just, for whatever reason, don't have that personal standard. Let me ask you this, Damali. Now, you on YouTube? If you're still on there, have you have to click out of it?
No, I'm doing both. So I'm actually, there are some folks, because I see Mark Harvey is on.
What's going on,
our live? Yeah. Dr. Tiffany Kircher. What's up, sis?
What's going on, Doc?
She is on the live. And so I'm trying to get everybody to switch over to YouTube. We need y'all to go over to YouTube. Yeah, because this one, I'm
gonna be on this live for segment 1. I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Katina, I need you to switch over to YouTube.
And the YouTube is this.
And it's
if you're on YouTube, you put the link in.
Yes.
It's on the live Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. So our YouTube page is the official World One Development News you can use because we got some trivia questions. We got a lot of other stuff coming up. I just went on this live because so much traffic come to this live.
Yes.
I just want to get everybody over to the YouTube. Now, hopefully tomorrow you can be on the live or the YouTube because our restream and our technical stuff will be back full speed ahead.
Dr. Crutcher said winners make adjustments. You better say that. Yes.
Yeah.
That is totally, absolutely correct. And she says, to me, it's operating with a spirit of excellence and professionalism and integrity.
Ooh,
that part. Mark Harvey says, good morning, family.
Good morning. What's going on with your fat tuning in from Arkansas in the house?
Tiffany says, also, my mama taught me to never participate in my own degradation and know my worth.
Man, isn't that
part? See, that's what I'm saying. Dropping bars. That's why we need you guys to switch over to the YouTube page so that we can continue the conversation, because we always want to make sure that we are sharing and, giving each other some some nuggets, some, tips that we can utilize that's going to make our lives better. Now, one thing before we get too far off into the show, I want to remind everybody, if you are in Tulsa, we have an obligation today.
Okay. Today is that day?
Today is the day. So we talked about this on last week and the week before, that there is general elections for various municipalities and boards of education that's happening today. So not just in Tulsa, there are other municipalities that are having elections today as well.
So this is all across the country.
Right.
Just check out
Right.
your
and
local
check
election.
out your poll. Yeah, your like election board. But so today our polls in Tulsa are open from 7:00 a.m. until 7:00 p.m. We've been telling everybody that they should, make sure that they know where their polling place is. But there are 4 propositions that are on the ballot today.
Ooh, it's a big one on there too.
Yeah.
It's
Remember, I told you guys that you needed to go and see the ballot and check it out so that you can know what you're voting for. You can read it in advance. You can go ahead and do some research prior to actually getting to the polls. And you can actually take this in. You can fill out your answers on here and take it with you to the poll.
Right.
So well, we want to make sure and just remind you guys that you need to be voting this morning.
Go and tell them who to vote for then, Damali. Tell them what to vote for. You don't want to tell them?
No.
What Damali is saying is on our show, we don't tell you who or what. That's not our job. Our job is just to make sure you get there and do the educational piece so that you can just make a wise decision. Now, every now and then, if you end up voting for somebody and we end up at war, then we may just tell you, just don't do that because the results are in. But outside of that, then we'll just give you the information, but we ain't going to let you drive off a cliff. If we see you going off the cliff, we're going, hold on, just don't go that way. But we're not doing that today. Today, we're just making sure in our community, we get to the polls and we know what propositions and what different things are up today.
Shout out to my mom because she's right on point. She's like, don't forget to vote today. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to have a community. You got to have a village that's coming in and making sure that we stay on point and that we do what we're supposed to do.
And when we leave the show today, we're going to vote and we're going to put our little sticker on.
Yeah, I know.
Right there.
That's my favorite thing.
Take a picture and post it because you got to lead by example. Because that's our personal standard. Is we vote. People died. We standing on people's shoulders just to vote. And here's the thing now. Damali, think about this. Think of all the different things that are currently put in place to deter us from voting.
Yes.
Think about that, y'all. They redistricting places. They trying to make women go get their passport, ID, birth certificate just to vote. So that lets you know, if you never knew, how important your one vote is. Today's time should let you know because of all of what they got going on just to keep people from voting. Your vote counts and your vote matters. And Damali, I would say this, we in one of the most critical times right now when it comes down time to voting. If we don't vote for the right person right now, we looking go backwards about a good 50 years. And I don't want to do that. I don't know about y'all. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice to get us to where we are right now in 2026. And we don't need to fumble the ball, Damali, in our generation and end up back and mess around and be slavery again. I mean, don't think that things can't happen again. Just don't think that. History will repeat itself if you don't be tuned in to what's going on. There's a reason why they're pulling our history out of the schools and out of the colleges and try pulling stuff off the wall, messing with Dr. Martin Luther King.
On a soapbox
they don't want Juneteenth to be recognized.
He is not playing the game with y'all this morning. He's
not
playing.
My point is go vote.
Yes. All right. So it is currently 30 past the hour.
It is
49 degrees right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so we are going to take a quick break. For those of you who are on Facebook Live, bye-bye.
We can't take a break because we don't have no music or no.
Well, we're going to have to pause.
We're just going to freeze.
Everybody, we're going to have to pause.
We're just going to do this.
Just for a second. So it may be quiet for just a second. However, we are here. But we got to do a little quick adjustment. And then we're going to come back.
And Jeremiah, I see on YouTube. I'm on my way to YouTube. So anybody else get on, tell them go to World One Development, the official World One Development.
Click the link.
Hit the chat. You're going to be live like you're on here. So I'll see y'all on the other side on the YouTube page, Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We're going to see you over here on YouTube. Which camera? Let's go right here. Let's go right here. Could I be closer?
All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are back. I hope that you guys were able to enjoy the first segment. That segment was actually sponsored by TEDC. They're going to be having their grand opening of GEM, which is the Greenwood Entrepreneurship at Moton, on April 30th. So make sure that you guys are in the place, because we want to celebrate this historic moment in time. And for those of you who were actually born at Moton, then this is even more historic for you, because now it's come full circle. Instead of that building sitting there being vacant, it is now a beautiful edifice in our community that's going to be serving the community well. So, you guys make sure that you show up on April 30th to support. It's 11 o'clock a.m. is going to be the grand opening, and we're going to have a blast, right? So just make sure you do that. So that is TEDC and GEM, Greenwood Entrepreneurship at Moton. So let me give you this definition that I found for personal standards. What it says is this: personal standards are the expectations you set for yourself. It's how you choose to behave, what you accept, and what you refuse. What do you think about that, Charles?
You know what? That's loaded. We just talked about it. I asked you, what did you think about your personal standards? And I talked about what mine. Dr. Crutcher, she weighed in, and you should weigh in too. The question is, what are your thoughts when you think about personal standards? Right. What does that mean to you personally?
Yeah.
Not nobody else, not cousins, not mama, not daddy, not grandparents, not none of the generational stuff. Yeah. You know why I say that? Because personal standards, that give you your time to shine.
Exactly.
Damali, yeah, we all got one life to live. We all got one race to run. And our personal standards is going to determine, in my mind, how far you're going to be able to go.
That part.
So I'm a type of person, when you ask me personally, I always sit back and, okay, how am I doing with my prayer life? Because I need to have a prayer standard. And to me, that helps my mental stay good, because man, be a lot going on in this world. Right. So I think about my prayer life. I think about my family life. I think about my financial life, and I definitely think about my physical life, because man, my personal standard is I got to go get my checkups once a year. Yep. Because I want to make sure I'm all right. You know what I mean? Because I want to be around for my kids and my grandkids. And sometimes my little personal standard of at least going once a year may keep me alive another 20, 30 years, because if your personal standard is not to go, next thing you know, at 30 and 40, you checking out of here, because you didn't at least have a personal standard to take care of just your body and your well-being of health. So when I look at it, I think you should look at it in different areas of your life that's important to you, because that's your personal standard, and can't nobody hold it against you what your personal standard is. And the last thing I'll say, don't be jealous and envy of somebody if they have a personal standard and you don't. Because the worst thing to do when somebody shows up the right way, the first thing is, why are you all dressed up? Why you always getting your hair done?
Steven,
why you always getting your hair cut? Why you always got your braids so fresh? Why you always, why? It's called a personal standard. Yeah. And it's okay. And that lets you know when somebody says that and does that, then it must be a little jealous or envy to your personal standard. But let's not be like that. Yeah. Because I don't care if you want to put on a 3-piece suit every day. If that's what your standard is, it's all good with Brother Charles, because your personal standard is going to determine where it is you're trying to go and how you going to show up. And however you want to show up is fine with me. Is that all right?
Listen, it's called minding your own business. How about that?
Yeah.
Don't worry about what somebody else is doing, because you missing your blessing, because you all up in their Kool-Aid. Worry about the flavor that's in your cup, okay? Now let me just move on, because I can get on a soapbox about that, okay? So let's just talk about personal standards globally.
Okay.
Or I guess local, national, and international. So, of course, we said today's theme is personal standards, and how individuals, leaders, and institutions are raising expectations around behavior, accountability, and excellence. Because how we show up matters. It matters in our homes, our communities, and our workplaces. So right here in Tulsa, conversations around personal standards are showing up in education, workforce development, and community leadership. All of the places where it totally matters, right? Programs connected to Tulsa Public Schools and local nonprofits are focusing on character development, leadership training, and accountability for students and young professionals. Organizations like the Tulsa Area United Way, the Terrence Crutcher Foundation, World One Development, My Brother's Keeper, all of these organizations, that's what they do. Where's Marquise? Marquise's organization.
Birthright.
Birthright. That's what they do. They talk about accountability. They talk about how you show up because people treat you how you show up. Now, sometimes people are, they have different biases.
Right.
So, and we've got to talk about that, because you can show up the right way and people still treat you crazy. But if you know that you're showing up the way you should of excellence, you're professional, and people then it's something else, right? So
I wanna just add to that, Damali.
Yes.
Is I think it's critically important what you said, personal standards in terms of creating those pathways for our youth.
Yes.
And our kids to have
Yes.
good personal standards.
Mhm.
Because I feel like it's you got to start at home. Can I say that right quick?
You better say it.
So I'm gonna say the first spot that your personal standards has to start is at home.
Yeah.
Because your mom and your dad are your first example of whatever those personal standard is. So our obligation to our kids
Mhm.
at home is to how you treat people,
Mhm.
how you talk to people,
Yep.
how you act around people, how you open doors, how you eat, your etiquettes and all of that.
Mhm.
So, because I feel like sometimes we miss it, Damali, because
Mhm.
we forget things start at home.
Right.
Before you get to the Terrence Crutcher Foundation, before you get to World One
Yeah.
Development, before you get to TPS school, before you get there, how you coming outside? So let's start
How are
that
you? Yeah.
with our standards in home, because really, if you got some of the basic stuff, by the time you get to school, now you can talk about the personal standards of when you in class,
Mhm.
the way you conduct yourself in the hallway, the way you
Yes.
deal with sports, the way you do other things. But when
Yes.
you don't even have no personal standards from home,
Mhm.
you get to school and your teacher's like, oh man, your face and this and this and this and
Yeah.
this. So that's more a reflection, I think, on what's at home.
Yes.
So I do appreciate programs like what you mentioned, because sometimes, I can say this, in our own community, we have struggles and situations at home.
Mhm.
And even sometimes you want to be your best self. Like, man, I want to show up better, but I only have a comb.
Yeah.
I want to show up better, but I only have one pair of shoes. I want to have a better stand, but I only got one pair of pants. And that's why I feel like we come in when you can identify family and kids and stuff, and we can help them with those things.
And I'll say this though, even with that, still be the best you can be with what you have.
That's it.
If you got one pair of pants, then when you go to bed, before you go to bed at night, wash them out by hand, hang them up to dry. They'll be ready in the morning. You just have to do the best you can with what you have. Period. So there are no excuses for you not to show excellence.
And here's the thing. I can remember as a kid having one pair of pants. And when I had the one pair of pants, I was like, look, a lot of people may not even know about having jeans and they got the little knee patches on them.
Oh, yeah.
Have you? And I was like, what are these knee patches for? Oh, you finna wear them for about a month. Oh. Because, you're a kid, you sliding all in the dirt. You all on the problem. Okay, these knee pads is because,
Right.
So here's the thing. I know what it feels like to put hot water in the tub, put some laundry detergent in it as a kid, and I gotta wash these pants out because I don't want the teacher to be like, ooh, I smell some aroma in the building.
Right.
But see, that would be my personal standard, even that a kid like, man, I only got 3 or 4 shirts, because got to keep changing them shirts.
Right.
So I got a different shirt, but I got these same pants. So if I waste some ketchup trying to eat these French fries,
right,
then my personal standard got to be, one sibling might be, I don't care about that, and they just wear the pants and they just got flies and ants and Jolly Ranchers and Laffy Taffies and everything. Like, bro, you got to watch these, but I'm just saying sometimes things have to be relatable because people financial stabilities and stuff at home are different.
Absolutely.
So I love programs that look out for our youth because it's real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Absolutely. On a national level, workplace and leadership standards across the country, personal standards are becoming a major focus in the workplace. Companies are placing more emphasis on professionalism, accountability, ethical behavior, and emotional intelligence. And we talked about emotional intelligence on yesterday. Organizations like the Society for Human Resource Management highlight that employers are prioritizing reliability, communication, and integrity At the same time, there's a growing conversation around leaders being held to a higher standard in both public and private sectors. It's not just about skills anymore, it's about how you carry yourself. And I know sometimes it is difficult on this one to agree or to follow our leaders, because sometimes our leaders, but that's why you got to have your own personal standard. Right? You can't be a copycat and walking after everybody, because one of the things that I always say is I can't let nobody lead me to hell. I'm sorry. It don't matter who you are. I can't go.
Now you saying personal standards in relationships?
Listen,
that's what you're talking about now.
I'm talking about period. Yes, relationships of any kind.
Right.
And I'm not gonna just follow you anywhere.
Let's do this, Damali, because you are an employer.
Yes.
You have people that work with us, and so here's where you got your personal standards, but this is where personal standards meet workforce.
Yes,
because sometimes your personal standards going to determine whether or not you get certain jobs,
right,
or you can be in certain spaces, or you can be at certain tables.
Right.
So Damali, let's just do some things that I think will help people, local, national, international. And if you're on the live, we want to get your thoughts too. Let's talk about personal standards when you show up at work, just in case for whatever reason, sometimes people don't know. People be like, man, I can't get no job nowhere. Can we maybe on the live and us, this may just identify 3 things. If you're going to show up in a work spot and you're a young person, we'll just start there first. You're a young person, you got out of college and all of that. What are some of the personal standards that Damali personally as an employer, and if you own here, just give your thoughts on it. Personal standards you need to have when you finna go for a job interview and you're trying to show up in the workplace. So we'll just say workplace standards that you're going to need to have to get those certain jobs. Right. What are some of the things you look for? Oh, I'm coming in for the job interview.
You want me to give my 3?
Yeah, and then I give my 3. And if you're on the live, we give us 2 or 3 standards that you feel like are important when you show up in a workspace as a personal standard.
You have to be timely.
Ooh, that's first?
That's first.
Ooh.
You got to be timely. So if you are supposed to be here at 9:00, it needs to be here 10 minutes early, to be honest, because that way we know if your job is supposed to start at 9, then that means you done got here, you done put your lunch away. If you brought a lunch, you done put your purse down, you done got all your stuff together. So now you're ready to start your day at 9:00, not walking in at 8:59. And then now at 9:00, so really you ain't starting work until 9:05, 9:06, so now that's 6 minutes of time that I've paid you for that you are not actually on the clock doing anything that pertains to the company business, right? So number 1 is you got to be timely, okay? Number 2 is you got to look the part, right? You got to look, you just can't come in here with a bonnet on, your house shoes on, got little boogers in your eye, the eye boogers.
These things happen too, y'all.
Yes.
Trust me, you just never know who comes in. I'm just looking for a little job. And you're like, okay.
Here is not the place. Thank you. Have a good day. But, so you've got to look the part, and I'm not saying like right now, I got on a t-shirt. For those, those of you who are on radio, you can't see me. But when you see me, I still look presentable.
Right.
Right. My t-shirt ain't dirty. It ain't all, well, it is a little wrinkled because I had my purse on my shoulder. But anyway, but you know what I'm saying? I don't look like I just rolled out the bed and just walked up in here.
Right.
I got a little bit of makeup on, I ain't did a whole lot, but still I look presentable. So it doesn't matter if the president walked through the front door, the mayor walked through the front door. I look presentable,
right,
to be able to speak to folks, right? So that's very important, So 1, be on time. 2, you got to look presentable. Right. And 3, check your attitude. You can't walk up in there like, what up, and just talking crazy and looking crazy and hey, because we got customers that we have to serve. So at the end of the day, your behavior is a reflection of your employer. So if you in here talking crazy to people, looking them all upside the head and, just, with your bad attitude and your bad vibe and bad energy, now I'm not saying that you can't have a bad day because we all have a bad day.
Right.
Some days, we on the radio, every single day. And I'm telling y'all, some days when I come in here, I got so much going on that I'm like, man, I don't even feel like doing this today. But when I get on this radio, because I know I have a responsibility and I am a professional, then I am going to be professional, period. So you're never going to be able to tell that I didn't had a bad day, or I didn't stayed up too late, or, whatever I got going on, that don't have nothing to do with the service that I'm providing, period.
Okay, again, our title or our theme today is personal standards. And the question is workforce personal standards, things that an employer are going to look for when you show up in the workplace. And this for whether you're young, middle age, or older, because you never know what you are when you're trying to get a job. But we're just talking about workforce personal standards. For me, I would say this if you're showing up in the workspace.
Yeah.
Man, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And really, to be honest, your first impression is when somebody looking out the window and they see you getting out your car. Can I just keep it 100? Can I be just real, Damali? Right. When you get out the car, people gonna draw a conclusion of who you are just looking at you. So if you get out and you're walking on the back of your shoes, you get out, your shirt is untucked, but if you get out, because you're trying to get the job. So at this point, you can't be like somebody's judging me. You don't want to have that kind of thought. For me, if I'm trying to get a job, first, let me just say this. I'm going to do my research on the company. I'm going to do my research on where I'm going because I want to figure out what the standard is. So that way I don't just show up.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody got a phone. Your friend got a phone.
Yeah.
You can just Google that company. What is the standard? And if you look and you can tell and they look, whatever their social media is, they got on suit and ties, button up, or they're a little more casual with a polo. So I'm going to do my homework because when I show up, I want to show up the right way.
Right.
But I'm just going to say you never get a second chance to make a first impression because guess what? People don't know you. So your first impression is when you get out your car.
Yeah.
So before you get out your car, go on, comb your hair. I'll be doing it, have a little brush, have some lotion because the worst thing show up ashy. So that's your first thing.
Don't show up ashy.
Just before you even say anything, I want to think about how I'm approaching and how, when I first open this door, what are these people going to see?
Yeah.
That's your first interview is that piece. When you come in, I'll say another thing that is so great, especially if you're a young person, be polite.
Yes.
And be respectful. Let me tell y'all something. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yes.
How can I help you? Thank you. You're welcome. These basic things will get your young people so far in life. I've gotten so many opportunities just because I said yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just because I said yes, ma'am. Just because I said, can I please do this? And just having that polite stuff. Let me tell y'all, some young people, that gets you so far because it's almost like that standard is gone. So I'm telling you, if you want to get ahead, being polite. So the way you show up, being polite. And Damali said it. Now, see, I'm one of them people because you got to be real with who you are. I'll come sliding in hot on you. I'll be drifting in the parking lot. I will. You see what I'm saying? Because we keeping it real.
Right.
But we did the show at KBOB for 6 years. Never was I late for the show. Now, I didn't say I didn't come in hot now because Uncle Bobby and Damali said I can't lie to the people.
Right.
But the mic has never been cracked. And I might have 30 seconds sometime.
Right.
But that's the case. And I try to do that. Now, if it's something where you're just asking me to come and it's not really a time sensitive situation, that's different. If you be like, hey, can you just come over here and swing by? Or you tell me last minute, then that's different. But when it comes to you got to do a presentation, if you opening up the building for guests that's coming in, when you're in a position of leadership, the bottom line is, I'll say that's when you got to show up early. Anytime somebody puts you in the leadership, and then I'll switch to the live. If you got standards for the workspace, I'll say that here's an example. If we got a staff at the event center, but everybody's out of town, but we having a huge wedding and they supposed to get in the building at 3:00. Now I'm going to be here at 2:30. Because I'm going to get here early enough to go through the building. I'm going in the bathroom. I'm checking the light. I'm checking the chimp. I'm checking all of that because I understand the standard that Damali and Bishop and First Lady and everybody that work with us have. And now that standard is on me.
Yeah.
So what Damali don't need, what Bishop don't need, or anybody that work with us don't need is the people supposed to get in at 3:00 and you get a call at 3:05. And then at 3:05, you ain't there. Then when they call you, you forgot. And to me, those are the things that in a World One development world, then we can't tolerate that. You know why?
No.
Because and that's just our standard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not personal. So what happens is, man, you tripping. No, that's the workspace standard. A lot of times people come and in your mind, it's not that big of a deal, but this is not your spot. So it can't be your standard. Now, when I come to your spot, you may say it's okay to do this or to do it. So I'm adjusting to your personal standards. So if you have a company where coming in 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late or not turning lights off or putting trash on the floor, and because some people, that's the standard. You go to certain spots and you be like, they don't care about nothing. That's the standard. And so the thing about it, we all should just thrive to do good because we come from Black excellence on Black Wall Street, on Greenwood here. And it's the reason why we have more millionaires than anybody anywhere in the country. That means, Damali, we had a standard. You know, and that standard became the example and the blueprint.
And I agree with that. And I agree also, or another thing that we need to note is that the standard, your leadership should be exhibiting the standard at all times. So that means me as a business owner, you're never going to come into the event center and see me walking around with a bonnet on my head, with pajama pants.
What's your thing with these bonnets? You're in the
bonnet is just like, I don't, you know.
The mother said the bonnet is a no-go.
I just got out the bed, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, we are the ones who should exhibit. When I walk into this building, what I expect from my staff is what I should exhibit always. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, there won't come a time when things make you upset or whatever, but still, you know, I'm not going to be in here cussing nobody out and going nuts on people because I don't want my staff to do that to customers, right? So I'm not going to do that to them. First of all, I'm not going to do it, period, because I don't like nobody talking crazy to me.
Let me tell you something. I can respect the bonnet. Let me tell you what I respect the bonnet. For you bonnet. Well, I'm just going to say, can I say my part? Can I say my piece?
Go ahead.
Sometime I'm here when they get ready to do the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And so when the women come early, say the wedding is at 7, but they got to come at 3. They doing makeup and everybody got the bonnets is coming out, baby. The bonnets are loose. Man, let me tell you something. When the bonnet come off for the wedding, it's like it's a whole different person. So I'm saying respect to the bonnet. I didn't know what was going on, but it's like the bonnet and how women have to be before the bridesmaids and all of that. Yeah, they be looking a little different. Slippers on.
Situational. That is situational. What I'm talking about is
you still out in the streets with the bonnet on, though.
But no, I'm talking about your daily appearance. Like you're not showing up to work like that.
Well, let me tell you something. When the bonnet did work, when we was little, our mamas, if the principal called or if a teacher called, our mamas.
No, and that was even worse.
And then our mamas.
No, if she coming up there in that bonnet, then she mad because she ain't had time to get herself together.
I don't know if mamas still do it. But when we were little, when the bonnet came out, our mamas would show up to school
embarrassed
with her nightgown still on, a bonnet, house shoes, and just be walking fast, and the whole school be like, uh-oh.
You already know
somebody messed. See, at this point, the whole school in trouble. I'm just showing the different, but at this point, see, the mamas was everybody mama.
Right.
So everybody started acting right. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You know, Stephen, here come your mama.
Right.
Everybody, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What you need? Because we know somebody's finna get a whooping. If mama done came up here, you gonna get woe out where you done showed out.
That's right.
So you gonna get a butt whooping. But now in 2026, mama, if you go to the school, you can't come with the gown on. You got to put on at least some jeans and t-shirt or something, mama. Don't show up the button because you scare folks. Traumatizing folks like that. So don't do it.
That is too funny. AJ, let me see where I lost AJ's comment.
Let's do a shout out on live just to give a shout out to who all on and then read some comments.
So Richie is here. He said, good morning, Charles and Damali.
Morning, Richie.
I may have said this already, but AJ said, good morning, fam. Mom said, mom is watching. Richie said he could hear us great on YouTube now that he went to break, no music and no commercials. So that's what we figured out. Thank you, Richie. I just love that we have everybody that's helping us with our show. All of these engineers helping us. Mama said, don't forget to vote today.
Absolutely.
Dominique is on. He says, good morning.
What's going on, bro?
Richie gave us thumbs up. AJ asked how do we share the YouTube live, and so I actually sent the live link to him, so he's able to do that. And then AJ said this. He said, "My personal standard is how I keep my hygiene, my dress, my fro being tight and right, my work drive, and adjusting to changes in my life."
Man, AJ,
Yes.
see, that's the beauty of being seasoned.
Mhm.
Because when you see AJ look way younger
Yep.
than what he is. But you got to remember his name is Mr. Energizer.
Mhm.
So just the fact that his name is Mr. Energizer, you know something's coming. But you're right, man. When you see AJ the fro, I don't even know what he put on it. I like, man, you must have got something from Africa. Because it's mesmerizing to look at his fro. You're like,
Right.
what is that?
Right.
You know, but AJ might have the best fro in the city. I would put his fro against anybody in the United States, and
Right.
he's been having it.
Right.
But AJ, I appreciate that, because what we're doing is just sharing standards. You know,
Mhm.
this is a vet, a person that's been working in space. He's done traveled the world. So he's just giving some pointers on standards. So that's good, AJ. What else we got, Damali?
AJ also says being on time, you have to have hygiene up to par, smell fresh, attire, and speak properly. Basically the same thing when we're talking about being in the workplace.
Right.
Then those are some of the attributes that you need to have and possess when you are working with the public. You gotta do that. So let's see, on an international front, it says globally, personal standards are being emphasized in education, leadership, and global business environments. Organizations like the World Economic Forum continue to highlight the importance of self-discipline, adaptability, accountability, and lifelong learning. These qualities are now considered essential for success in a rapidly changing global economy. So across the world, people are expected to show up with discipline, integrity, and professionalism. The bigger message is this: personal standards shape outcomes. High standards build trust. Discipline builds consistency, and integrity builds reputation. From Tulsa to the nation to the world, one thing is clear: people who set and maintain high standards don't just succeed, they lead. Because how you show up every day determines what you build over time.
Damali, let me say this, because, you know, we do a lot locally,
Yes.
but we travel a lot nationally
Yes.
and internationally.
Right.
I just want to ask you to give some pointers on how having certain standards, personal standards, benefits. What are some of the benefits to having some of these standards that we've mentioned as you travel, whether you somewhere local doing something national or international? How have you felt like your personal standards have benefited you by just having them?
I think that people know what to expect when I show up. So there have been times where people have asked me to speak and be a speaker for certain events, because they know when I show up, I'm gonna dress the part.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna look the part.
That's good.
But then I also got a little something up in my noggin that's gonna help them with whatever their topic is or whatever. So I think that it has been one of the biggest benefits for me. I think the other thing is, I think people really understand, they know what they have. Right. Because so one of the funny things is, this past weekend, I didn't get an opportunity to attend the Black Excellence Gala or event. But the funny thing is, word came back to me that people were like so disappointed that I didn't show up, because they were wanting to see what outfit I had on.
Right.
You know, so people know no matter what it is, you know, if it's a backyard barbecue, I'm gonna show up and dress the part. If it's a gala, I'm gonna show up and dress the part. You know, no matter what it is, if it's a business meeting, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna dress the part. So I think that you have to know your audience. You have to know the temperament of which a particular event or something is happening. You've got to be able to fit in and blend in. And I think that's been one of my biggest attributes, is I learned at an early age. And, you know, shout out to Booker T. Washington High School, because I learned that from school. I learned that from some of the teachers that I had. So no matter what people might think about, you know, Booker T now, as opposed to what it once was, I still learned, because when I got there, I was an open book, and I went there to get tools that were going to help me grow as an individual. And some of those tools were the number one tool, and I say it all the time, is you got to dress for where you're going, not where you're at.
I like that. And I want to come to the live to ask you, when have you having your personal standards benefited you in your life, whether it's some local, national, or international? And for me, I'll say some of the benefits. And here's the thing. Understanding the standard and the because we're not saying everybody got to dress up and put on suit. We're not saying that.
No.
We're just talking about the standards as you move into different spaces and places, because a lot of people miss a lot of opportunities because their personal standards are off. And you feel like people are against you and people don't want to give you a chance and people don't want to give you an opportunity. It's not that. People look and judge and look at stuff based on really is your personal standards, right? And people can have from your personal standards, they gather their personal preference. So when they look at you,
say that again. That
look,
was good.
They look at your personal standard, but they have a personal preference.
Yeah.
So you got to want their preference to line up with your standard. Now you got some.
Yeah.
I'll say some of my benefits, and Damali and I, we host and do a lot of stuff. But it's been times that we may be dressing for an event, and we go to a car wash just to get the car wash real quick because we got to go to Juneteenth. We get out and go in, and they be like, "Wait, are y'all some celebrities or something? Who are y'all? Where y'all from? What's going?" And we just thinking about the work, like, man, we got to go, and we just sitting. But because of our personal standard, the way they see us, we didn't get out and say anything. We just getting out trying to get the car washed. We want to show up dusty, right? But that's it. Another thing, I've been on a plane and been upgraded to first class. You know why they upgraded me to first class? To be in first class, you got to have a button up on and a blazer. But the way you look, sir, we want to upgrade you. The flight is full. Now, they could have upgraded any of these other 200-300 people on the plane.
Right.
But because I just had my own personal standard, I don't know these people on the plane. I don't know the flight attendant. I don't know Delta Airline. But because of the dress code, I went from a seat in the back to, man, we wouldn't mind you sitting up front.
Exactly.
That was just my personal standard. I done went to hotels. Okay, I'm in a regular room. Sir, I don't know what it is. I don't know who you are. But you know what? We're going to upgrade you to the penthouse.
Yep.
Because of how you look. And
Just
I'm like, come on. You know what I'm talking about? So what I'm just saying is we done went internationally. Have some regular, we going to upgrade you. And now favor ain't fair.
Favor ain't fair.
Can I throw the favor in there?
Come on.
Favor not fair.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that when you look the part and you operate, then those things come along with it. We've hosted stuff for 50 Cent. And we are around nobody but celebrities.
Yeah.
But they don't treat us. They treat us the same.
Listen, they can't even tell the difference. Like, have you ever seen me on TV? I don't know.
Look,
maybe I have. Maybe I haven't.
People taking pictures with us like they got to be somebody. Right. Now we are somebody because the Lord said we some. But we've been. Here's the thing, y'all. Right. We've been sitting with Fat Joe, the people that play with on all these shows. Y'all see all these celebrity basketball players, all these famous boxers and actresses and all. People,
listen, we got receipts.
People passing the celebrities to take a picture with us because they're like, man, who are they? Oh, well, we Charles and Damali.
Y'all
who are you?
Y'all
influencers.
Right?
So they just throwing everything, and we just. But here's the thing: is personal standard, is energy, is attitude, is personality, because people feel your energy.
Yeah.
So you end up, and like you say, when you go to our live, you see the video and say, man, I ain't lying. I see them. They are with all these different people. But nevertheless,
you got to go back some years, though.
Here's the thing: when we travel, we understand the standard of Black Wall Street.
That's right.
We understand the standard of Greenwood. We understand the shoulders that we're standing on. So we don't take that for granted. We represent World One for Christ. We represent World One Development. And here's the thing: whoever you connected to, you're a representation of them too. So if I hang with Dr. Crutcher, or we hang with the counselor, or we the senator, the state, or the mayor, or just a teacher, or whomever, because it's whomever, because y'all know we hang with everybody.
Yeah.
You still got to always remember, because of your personal standard, it'll get you in rooms and in different places that you never thought, imagined. And the people going to tell you, I like the way you dress. I like your personality. I like your attitude and the like. So I'm just saying personal standard is very, very, very important.
All right. It's currently 5 after the hour. It's 53 degrees. Thank God the temperature is going up.
Right.
Y'all know your sister right here can't stand this cold weather. We're going to go ahead and move to our Black History trivia question.
All right.
We're going to get that on out the way. Unfortunately, we have no music, but it's all good.
We're going to make it work.
Okay. So, of course, you guys know that this is the Personal Standards Edition. Okay, so be thinking about personal standards as I give you this question and when you pick your answer.
Let me give you some music.
Uh-oh.
Boom, 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 boom. Here's your Black History Trivia question with Charles and Damali.
Oh, my.
And we're back.
Thank you for that.
I tried to give you a little something. See, you got to have people with you that encourage you. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes people just got to cheer you on a little bit.
By any means necessary. Let's make it happen.
There's no excuses. Okay, come on.
No excuse. I see Cousin Pearlie said we need more role models in appropriate dress. Thanks, Damali. You are welcome. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so our Black History Trivia question. Today's theme is personal standards because the way we carry ourselves, our discipline, and our commitment to excellence shape not only our lives, but it also shapes our history. Okay, so the question is, which athlete became the first Black heavyweight champion of the world and was known for his unmatched confidence, discipline, and refusal to lower his standards despite intense racial discrimination? Was it A, Jackie Robinson, B, Muhammad Ali, C, Joe Louis, or D, Jack Johnson?
Oh, that's a setup. I knew something was coming. We trying to have a good day. We got technical stuff going on. Facebook don't want to. We got all this going on, and this what you're gonna do to us in our moment of distress. Don't do this to me and Steven. Steven got this braids freshly done, and here you come. He said B.
He popped right on that with B.
Well, let's read it again because I'm not sure if B is the answer.
Pearlie says B.
I don't know about that. See, I know. I see what's going on.
AJ says D.
Uh-huh.
Richie says B.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the question one more time.
Yeah, that's a setup.
Which athlete became the first Black heavyweight champion of the world and was known for his unmatched confidence, discipline, and refusal to lower his standards despite intense racial discrimination? Was it A, Jackie Robinson, B, Muhammad Ali, C, Joe Louis, or D, Jack Johnson?
Jack Johnson.
You going with Jack Johnson? So you're saying D.
Yeah. Jack Johnson.
Okay, so I got Richie, AJ, Pearlie, Steven. Nobody else is answering, so we're gonna go on ahead and move on down the road.
Well, read it one more time with the answer because I know I'm right. I think.
He said, I think.
I said it with so much confidence.
I know you did say it with confidence. I'm like, okay. So which athlete became the first Black heavyweight champion of the world and was known for his unmatched confidence, discipline, and refusal to lower his standards despite intense racial discrimination? Mom says D as well. Hold on, let me get Mama.
Oh, you see the wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who is family in Tulsa?
Me?
Is that Morticia?
No, that's me.
It is not. Shut up.
Family in Tulsa.
Morticia. I think that's Morticia.
Okay. She said B.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's definitely B or D.
Okay. Question again. Which athlete became the first Black heavyweight champion of the world and was known for his unmatched confidence, discipline, and refusal to lower his standards despite intense racial discrimination? Was it A, Jackie Robinson, B, Muhammad Ali, C, Joe Louis, or D, Jack Johnson? And the correct answer is D, Jack Johnson. So, Charles, you were correct.
See?
Mom, AJ, and Charles, you all three got it correct.
I see that. You see what I'm talking about? See, I've been watching. I've been watching you travel around. And I said, it's always, you don't know if she got a trick or a treat for you sometime, even though it's not Halloween and we don't even celebrate Halloween. But anyway,
right.
The mother can be tricky sometimes. She nice, but she be like, is it this or that? So I felt that.
Listen, I want to challenge y'all. This is a personal standard. We need to elevate. We need to elevate. So the correct answer is D, Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson became the first Black heavyweight champion in 1908. He lived boldly, confidently, and refused to conform to societal expectations placed on him during a time of intense racism. He set his own standard and refused to lower them for anyone. So the bigger message is this: personal standards are about knowing your worth and standing on it. Marquise, he did say Jack Johnson too. Okay, Marquise, I see you all late, but okay.
I was in there.
Yeah, that is Morticia. I know where she worked. But anyway, it says personal standards are about knowing your worth and standing in it. even when others challenge you. Because when you maintain your standard, you don't just shape your life, you influence history. So I love that. Richie gonna say float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. No, that's Muhammad Ali. And
Rumble,
that ain't
young
the
man,
answer.
rumble. I knew, but I remember, man, Jack Johnson, man, was just big mammoth of a man.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go back to 1908, man, it was rough. So
Yeah.
I read up on his story, but he was like 6'3", 6'4", big. He had to beat the guy that was the Big White Hope.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah,
they were
yeah.
just they had this guy and they called him the Big White Hope. But Jack Johnson went in there and schooled him one time. And now I'm not making it about race, but this is what Jack was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And he got out there, but he was flamboyant, but they were scared of him because he was so big.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a
Big
massive guy that was handling this business. Now, I don't warmed up. Can we do the feud, please? Now that I'm
Hold on.
confidence.
Today's Black History Trivia was sponsored by Gibbs Shopping Center
Yes.
and Reflections Event Center. So if you're looking for a commercial space or a place to host your wedding or special event, contact Tracy at 918-780-7335. So this has been your Black History Trivia, and shout out to Tracy over there at Gibbs Shopping Center. They making it happen.
Look, we've been over there.
Yes.
If you want to
And
look
it's
at
nice.
high class, elegant, cozy, friendly, right environment, good vibes, and the next level of professionalism, talking about some Black excellence, you got to go see Miss Tracy Gibbs because she gets it done. So we've been over there a couple times, so that's your spot. So Damali gave you the information, and we appreciate her for sponsoring that segment.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna go on ahead and do the feud.
Let's go ahead and do it. I'm warmed up
yeah,
already. I'm already
He ready. He is ready.
I'm already ready.
Us.
I think y'all ready. We got enough people on. We're gonna see who ready to shine and who not.
Yes. And y'all, let's make sure that we're sharing the live and letting people know where we are, that we are on YouTube at the official World One Development News You Can Use YouTube page, so that, you know, people can get on and work with us. And just know, if you don't find us on Facebook, we on YouTube. If you don't see us on YouTube, we on Facebook. So
yeah. And then for you people riding in your car, we haven't forgot about you, because we are on NYCU.FM radio station. Because listen, right before we do the feud, it may come a time when NYCU.FM may be the only spot you can get the information that you need. Me and Damali don't care if it's 1 a.m, 2 a.m, 3 p.m. If something comes along that you need to hear about, you're like, man, did you hear what's going on? You're going to hear and me and Damali going to be right here. You may only get to hear our voice, but we're going to give you the information. So it don't matter if you local, national, international, you could be in another country. It don't matter. Yeah. When we crack this mic, you'll be able to, as long as you got internet, you can go in, listen, we can get you the information that you may just need. All right. Okay, Damali. Now, I am motivated to win this feud today. I'm just telling you that right now. But everything going on, I feel like being a winner today.
All right. So you guys know that this is the personal standard edition of the Black Wall Street Family Feud.
Oh, I got a problem.
What?
We ain't got no music.
God.
Come on, ancestors. Touch me in my ankle bone. See, it's a setup. Ain't nothing wrong with the music. Steven has set me up. See, I knew something was going on early this morning. I seen him outside saying, Charles, I feel like you're not going to win today. So I feel like, you can't operate without music. So now I got to call on my ancestors to win this game. So this game is in honor of my ancestors and yours.
Oh, Lord.
Let's go.
Let's see what happens. All right. So, of course, today's theme is personal standards, because how you carry yourself determines what you build, what you attract, and what you sustain. So we asked 100 people from the community these questions. The top 4 answers are actually being given, and your job is to pick the number 1 answer.
And I saw Damali traveling yesterday. The first 25 out of the 100, she was talking to PSO saying, what is going on? Can we get this stuff together so we can just get back on? Okay, so that the first 25 people. Then she called Meta, talked to Meta, say, Meta, we're tired of this now. We got hundreds and thousands of people that like to come in on Facebook and interact. So she had to talk to Meta. So she went in and said, well, forget that. Well, let me ask you 25 of our questions, because we got the feud coming up.
Right.
Then she left that. I seen her hanging out with Marquise. Said, Marquise, I like your new spot over here. She was over there at Birthright Legacy upstairs. She was over there. You know, he got a daycare over there, got a spot for the men. He got everything is in there. She was all over his spot. But she asked 25 people why she was over there. Then last but not least, I caught her at Edric Youth and Family Fun Center over there with them kids. And she asked 25 little elementary kids. I don't know why she asked the little kids, because they were just trying to get together. But those are the 4 locations that she asked amongst 100 people. So
We
you
all
can't
have
Google it.
personal standards.
You can't Google it. So just get your personal
Yeah.
standard on. Let's make this thing happen and get ready for me to win.
He said, "Get ready for me to win." I love it. Okay, confidence.
Let's go.
Okay, question number 1. Name something a person with high personal standards refuses to compromise on. Is it A, integrity, B, respect, C, work ethic, or D, values?
Girl, come on now. You know that's all of the above. Now we ain't see what we're not gonna do is disrespect the people on YouTube. Now then hear y'all out from Facebook, you're gonna disrespect us on YouTube like that. Give us some that you know is all of the above.
Listen, there is no E, all of the above.
Well, read it again then. Like they say in church, read.
Name something a person with high personal standards refuses to compromise on. Is it A, integrity, B, respect, C, work ethic, or D, values? Marquise says A.
What's A?
Integrity. Richie says A. All right, come on. Who else? Who else got an answer?
Somebody said read it again.
Ain't nobody said that.
Oh no, I did. Charles said it.
Name something a person with high personal standards refuses to compromise on. Is it A, integrity, B, respect, C, work ethic, or D, values?
So it's A or D.
AJ says D.
It's A or D. Because I go A with D on the side like Prentice.
No. I miss Prentice too.
He'll be back.
Steven said D. I miss Dr. Tamika too. Where's Dr. Tamika at?
She'll be back.
Her in a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna
She
call
must
her
be
today.
busy. Yeah, she must be busy running all jet setting across the countryside.
I need to get this first one right.
Again, the
what-
question: name something. Marquis says D is sounding good to me. Oh, good God! Don't y'all start.
See, there go Marquise with the shenanigans. That's why he won yesterday.
Shenanigans. That's what I'm saying. Stop it. Okay, the question says: name something a person with high personal standards refuses to compromise on. Is it A, integrity, B, respect, C, work ethic, or D, values? So I got Marquise, maybe. I got Richie, I got AJ, I got Steven. Mom says D. Mom. And where's Teresa at too?
She up and
Missing
moving.
all my people. Yep.
I'm going with D.
You're going with D. Charles is saying D. Okay. Question with the answer. Marticia says A.
I'm saying A too.
Bro, which are you going with now?
D.
You going with D?
A.
Bro. He's about to get on my nerves.
I'm going with D. My bad.
Going with D. Oh God.
See, every time you ask me, my mind gonna change. So whatever you ask me last is what I'm going with.
Nothing else.
There you go.
Okay, question with the answer. Name something a person with high personal standards refuses to compromise on. Is it A, integrity, B, respect, C, work ethic, or D, values? Marquise, Richie, and Marticia, you are correct. The answer is A, integrity. People with high standards don't cut corners. They stand on principles. If you lose integrity, you lose everything.
Marquis said D.
Marquis said A and D, and I asked him which one he wanted.
He said D sound. Oh, he did say, but D sounds good.
Really good. Yeah,
that's a trick.
Really good.
You see what I'm talking about, Steven? You see what I'm talking? See that's what I'm talking about? See, at that point, I said A. What'd I say?
You said D.
I think I said A. I kept going back and forth.
You kept going back and forth, but then you said, "No, I'm sticking with D."
Back and forth and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm gonna stand on business.
You was unstable in
what
all
they
your
say.
ways.
Stand on business. Yeah. I'm gonna stand on business. I said.
All right, here we go. Question number 2.
See, I told you went over there to Birthright Living. I see. That's what I'm saying.
Look, Richie said I almost said D too. Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Hey, stand on business. Okay. 0-1. I'm ready. Come on.
Okay.
It ain't over yet.
Question number 2. Name something high standards require on a daily basis. Is it A, discipline, B, consistency, C, accountability, or D, focus?
Don't read it again. It's not for nobody else but for me.
Name something high standards require on a daily basis. Is it A, discipline, B, consistency, C, accountability, or D, focus? Man, y'all got quiet up in this joint.
Well, all of them is right. But what did the top 100 people say? Is the question at hand, y'all. Woo! I'm going consistency.
All right, consistency, which is B.
I'm rocking with
So
consistency.
that's Charles.
Everybody else is in prayer right now.
C. Stephen says C.
Everybody else is in prayer. I already know because all the answers are
AJ
right.
says B.
Ooh.
Richie says B.
Ooh. Uh-oh. I'm feeling better.
All right, Mama. Martisha, where y'all at?
Marquise,
where you at?
getting this shenanigans together. I already know.
One more time for the people in the back. I got you, Marquise. He said, name something high standards require on a daily basis. Is it A, discipline, B, consistency, C, accountability, or D, focus?
He said one more time for the people in the back.
Mama said B.
Uh-oh. Stephen said he gonna stand on business.
Oh, Stephen changed his answer.
Good
God.
Oh, Steve came up. Hold on.
Stephen changed his answer. Messing up my paper. All right, come on, Marquise, what you got?
He said read it one more time for the people in the back.
I already read it one more time.
Oh, he said one more over one more.
He says B. All right.
Ooh. Now I don't feel too good because I know you.
All right. I'm going to read it with the answer.
It just sounds like a setup.
Name something high standards require on a daily basis. Is it A, discipline, B, consistency, C, accountability, or D, focus? Charles, AJ, Richie, Marquise, Mom, and Stephen, you are correct. The answer is B, consistency. It says high standards aren't about what you do once. It's about what you do every day. Consistency builds credibility. I like that.
I like that.
Consistency builds credibility. Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Marquise has 2. Richie has 2. Martisha, I didn't see you have an answer, but okay.
Martisha fainted. She said, I can't take it no more.
Right.
Stephen changed his answer. She said,
Charles
I'm gone.
and Stephen have 1.
Yeah.
And Mom.
And Marquise got 2.
And AJ. Yeah, Marquise has 2.
And Richie.
And Richie has 2. Yep.
And somebody else.
That's it.
It's just them 2?
Uh-huh.
I'm coming for y'all.
Uh-oh.
I'm coming. Because the bonus is what's going to get y'all. I already see your knees getting weak.
Right.
Tall people knees get weak.
Okay, here we go.
Come on.
Question number 3. Name something that can challenge or test a person's standards. Is it A, peer pressure, B, money or opportunity, C, difficult situations, or D, relationships?
Just going to read it again because you already know people got at least hear it 2 times.
Right.
Especially when all the answers sound right. Got to see what's going to resonate in your spirit. What's going to resonate in your spirit?
All right, here we go. Name something that can challenge or test a person's standards. Is it A, peer pressure, B, money or opportunity, C, difficult situations, or D, relationships? Let's see. Oh, Mom said she got 2 right. Okay, y'all help me keep scoring in.
I said it was somebody else, Mama.
AJ had 2 right too. Okay.
AJ, I told you it was some other people.
Okay, Marquise. No, AJ says C. AJ.
Relationships.
Difficult situations. Marquise says C. Richie says C.
That ain't right. Let me read it again.
Name something that can challenge or test a person's standards. Is it A, peer pressure, B, money and opportunity, C, difficult situations, or D, relationships. So it looks like, yeah, everybody got C so far.
I'm going B.
Stephen says, you going B?
Yeah.
Charles. Richie says C, Marquise, AJ.
I'm going B with C on the side. B with, huh? Damali got a whole system now. She done wrote everybody's names at the top. She putting these lines on it. I hate it. I'm saying we playing.
He said I hate it.
Yeah. I'm like, what are we doing here? She keeping.
Okay.
Come on. I'm going alone on this one.
Mom said B.
Uh-oh. Well, it's me and Mom out here eating bread. If nothing else, at least we ain't hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody else? Okay. Question with answer. Name something that can challenge or test a person's standards. Is it A, peer pressure, B, money or opportunity, C, difficult situations, or D, relationships? Charles and Mom, you are correct. It is money or opportunity. It says sometimes the biggest test is whether you stay true to your standards when something tempting is on the table.
What's your price?
Not every opportunity is worth your integrity.
What's your price?
All right, so Mom got 3.
They said everybody got a price.
Charles got 2.
Look at that, Mama. I smell your bread, Mama. I said, I'm going to where the bread is at.
All right, so the final question.
Man, Mama is undefeated. She
Mama did a sweep.
Mama,
don't play with her.
Yeah, Mama, I love you, but I hope your phone start glitching. Cause I'm still gonna love you. Go get you some Max Wings or something. But I need to get this win, Mama. It's for my ancestors, Mama. Come on.
All right, here we go. 5 points. Final question. Bonus round. Name something the community benefits from when individuals have high personal standards. Is it A, trust, B, strong leadership, C, positive role models, or D, accountability? This was a tough one.
It sure is. Read it again. You even said it. And you the host of the show.
Mm-hmm. Name something the community benefits from when individuals have high personal standards. Is it A, trust, B, strong leadership, C, positive role models, or D, accountability? Ricky said, go, Mama.
I think strong leadership.
Strong leadership. So that's B. Charles says B.
But I need you to read the question again, though.
Name something the community benefits from when individuals have high personal standards. Is it A, trust, B, strong leadership, C, positive role models, or D, accountability?
Man, it's all of them.
But remember, it is the top answer from those 100 community members that we asked the question. Yeah. So AJ says B.
What'd I say?
You said B. Steven says C.
Ooh, what is C?
Positive role models.
Nope.
Steven just bust out laughing. He said nope. Mama said D.
So what she say?
Mom said D.
What is D?
Accountability.
Nope.
Marquise said B. That's the same as you, so don't hate on his answer.
All right.
Richie said D.
D.
Marquise, now, are you A or B?
What's A?
A is trust.
Yeah, that is A or B.
So which answer are you going with?
Both.
No, you got to pick one.
Read the question again.
Name something the community benefits from when individuals have high personal standards. Is it A, trust, B, strong leadership, C, positive role models, or D, accountability?
I did this. I missed the first one.
Now, Marquise, which answer? Oh my God! Now Stephen done went from C to A.
Well, he got a chance with that. It's because it's A or B.
Are you really
it's A or B?
What are you saying?
It's
because y'all messing up my paper here and making it look a hot mess. Look like
that's your standard. That's your standard. Our standard is a mess. As long as we win, by all means necessary. Come
on. You said B already, so are you stuck with that answer?
If you read it again, I don't know.
Mama said, I'm trying to let Charles win.
Ah,
Marquise, okay, so Marquise is set on A. Don't change your answer again.
it's A or B. So read it one more time, and I know it's gonna be A or B.
Name something the community benefits from when individuals have high personal standards. Is it A, trust, B, strong leadership, C, positive role models, or D, accountability?
I think it's gonna be trust. That's A.
Good Lord.
That's the benefit.
All right. Anybody else? All right. Going once, twice, and sold. Name something the community benefits from when individuals have high personal standards. Is it A, trust, B, strong leadership, C, positive role models, or D, accountability?
B.
The answer is A, trust. So Charles, Stephen, and Marquise got it right, but that means Marquise is the winner. Let me see.
Nope. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
He didn't get the
because
last one right.
He got 2 right.
I got 2 right.
You got 2 right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You did get 2 right.
No, you ain't got to
So
tell me.
okay, so then it's all 3 of y'all then get.
Now, Stephen, play "We Begin to Rock Steady." I know you that song. You ain't never heard that song, but find the song "We Begin to Rock Steady." Rock steady, baby. No, I'm just playing.
Marquise, you got to share your win with these 2 in the studio.
I'm the winner
How are you the winner?
because I said the answer first.
Oh boy, get up out of here! No,
We all the winner. We the triplets.
All the winners. Yes,
We the men.
And so what it says is this: because when people operate with high standards, trust is built across the entire community. The bigger message is that Marquis said, yes, I got 3 right. He got 3 right. Did he get 3 right? 1,
Yeah,
2.
but he got the bonus.
And so actually Marquis is the winner.
No, he not.
If you got 2 right and he got 3
No,
right.
I got he's talking about the bonus.
Oh, the bonus. Okay.
I need a recount.
Lord.
There go my song.
Okay.
Look how I'm moving.
Stop it.
No, I'm
It
just
says personal standards are the foundation of leadership, trust, legacy, and success. Black Wall Street was built by individuals who held themselves in high standard in business, behavior, and community responsibility. Because when people raise their standards, they raise the level of the entire community.
Thanks, Mom. Mom let me win. She knew I needed some on my side right
Yes.
now. Mom told me, she said, I'm going to let y'all win. Just because he requested. See, he put the request in. Mom, I love you. I got something for you for Mother's Day. See, it's only a mother. Only your mother will say, go forth.
Yeah, and win.
Yeah, go ahead and win because I want you to win. Now I got to continue winning now because now she's like, now you got to keep winning for us.
Right.
I got you, Mama.
Yes, absolutely.
Good job, Stephen and Marquise.
So this segment was sponsored by TEDC, who will be hosting their grand opening of GEM, the Greenwood Entrepreneurship at Moton, on April 30th at 11 o'clock a.m. Make sure you are in attendance and share with somebody.
When people don't know about GEM, what it is and what it's about and all that, what you tell them, what is GEM, where it's located, and maybe how you feel about GEM.
So GEM is actually going to be an entrepreneurial hub. It is going to be the home of Black Tech Street, which we are super excited about that. Black Tech Street has partnered with Microsoft.
Right.
And so they are going to be offering all types of training programs for those of us who don't really like AI, but we having to deal with AI.
Right.
They're going to be helping us with that, so it's going to be right here in our own community. We don't have to go outside of community to receive this training. I'm sure they will have some classes that'll be set up online where you can take some of those classes online, but it's going to be amazing. The Liquid Lounge, which used to be on
Liquid Lounge, boy, that food. We went and seen that kitchen.
Oh my
it's
God.
Gonna be all. I think the chamber is gonna be in there.
Yes.
Urban League gonna be in there. If you need attorney stuff, entrepreneurship, all of that stuff, high level stuff going on.
Look, he's so excited. He took over. He told me to tell y'all.
Do not. She wasn't moving fast enough. It was a nice sofa in there where you sit on it to hug you and say, "Welcome to the GEM." So if it's the old Moton.
Yes, so it's the old Moton Hospital. So if
on
you
Pine Street.
if you were from Tulsa, then you know that is an historic building in our community. A lot of people, it used to be a doctor's office.
Right.
After the hospital, some of the people in our community were actually born at Moton. So shout out to them for revitalizing that piece of history. and bringing it back. And I'm telling you, it is beautiful. I'm
Man,
telling you,
it
I
is
just love
high
the windows
tech.
in the place. Just looking at the windows are amazing. So just imagine getting inside to see everything that's on the inside. It is awesome, an awesome space. And so a lot of great things are going to happen there. So entrepreneurs are going to be really pleased and happy.
Yeah, and I know robots gonna be in there walking around giving you stuff. You can just tell from outside.
I'm
You
now
can just tell it's
afraid.
high tech like that.
I'm now
Also,
afraid.
it's located on Pine and Greenwood.
Yes.
So if you in Tulsa, you got to come to North Side.
Right
You got to
across
come
from
to the
Carver Middle School.
When you from here originally, is it North or North Side?
It's on the north side.
You got to come to the North Side because she said she from here from the
Mhm.
beginning. So Greenwood and Pine is sitting right there.
Yes.
And good things that we got coming up because of that. Shout out to Jim. One, that was like a $8 million, $9 million development in our own community. And then two, Black Tech Street that's located in there in partnership with Microsoft. We're going to be doing a special AI class. Like we told y'all,
Yes.
Stay locked in the Community Wake Up. We got some coming up on the 25th. So that's 2.5 weeks from now. It's going to be right here at the event center. It's going to be from 9 to 11:30. We're going to have Tyrants and his whole team here to tell you how AI is changing the education sector, the entrepreneurship sector, the health sector, everything, because we don't want our community to be left behind in the tech AI world. We're going to talk about cybersecurity. We're going to talk about all of the robotics and all of that good stuff. So mark your calendar. We're going to be sending a link out soon.
Yes.
It'll be right here because like we said, I think something like a crazy number, like 4,000 jobs in AI is coming to our community, and you and your family and your kids, bring everybody, going to have a front row seat to what's going on. And they located in Jim. So you're going to get a double. You're going to get to hear from him that's going to be located in Jim. And then you're going to hear from one of the brightest minds, I think, in our country, Mr. Tyrants Business League.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to do our small business spotlight.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with it.
Small business spotlight. This is where businesses creating space for connection, celebration, and community. Today, we're shining the spotlight on Reflections Event Center. Owned by Tracy Gibbs.
Come on.
And her husband, Leroy Gibbs.
Yeah.
So if you are from Tulsa, you know Gibbs Shopping Center was always popping.
Always.
You know, remember that penny candy? Yes, so y'all know about that.
I don't remember, but I heard about it. Back in the day. I heard about it.
Yeah, Gibbs Shopping Center was a place to be, and now it's being revitalized. It sat vacant for a lot of years,
right?
Because old man Gibbs, got too old to, actually take care of it.
You remember him?
Oh yeah.
Tell me something about old man Gibbs. Oh, it's vaguely.
Yeah, just vaguely, because I was kind of young, and 46th Street was not really my area. We were more 36th Street.
Okay.
So you kind of
So that was your block.
Frequent your area.
So back in the day, you stay on your own block. Is that
not
what you're telling me?
necessarily. You didn't have to, but we did.
What you just said, man. I'm 46 block. I was on 36 block.
Yeah, that's on 40. I didn't
come
live
over there.
I
don't want your candy over there on 36 block. Be on my block. Go on, say it, Damali. I know back in the day, y'all was. Right. I ain't gonna say it all, y'all. I'm just gonna say a little bit of it. Yeah.
But anyway, so that space has been revitalized now. It is a beautiful space.
Nice.
Tracy has done a phenomenal job. All of the spaces are now available over in that shop, but they have an event center. And this is the thing that I want to share, and I was thinking about this as I was putting this together, is that we are never in competition.
There you go.
Tracy, yes, we own an event center, and we want people to frequent our event center. However, we want to share the wealth and the love and the business with our brothers and sisters in community. So if you come to the event center and we don't have space available, we make referrals to the Greenwood Cultural Center, to Reflections Event Center, and to anybody else that is operating of excellence. That is the caveat. You have to be operating of excellence. And so we don't compete against each other.
Go.
We work together. So when she was ready to start her business, she came and sat down with me and Charles, and we talked, multiple times. We talked about operating expenses. We talked about operating systems. We talked about, just what it takes and some of the pitfalls and some of the stuff we learned from the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
So that she wouldn't have to go down that rabbit hole. So shout out to her. She created a beautiful space.
Right.
And it's located at 612 East 46th Street North, right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, it's called Reflection Event Center. They even have outside a little reflection garden to remind you of Black Wall Street. But that center offers a versatile and welcoming space for weddings, receptions, birthday celebrations, community events, and business gatherings. This venue is designed to bring people together and help create unforgettable experiences in a professional and beautifully prepared environment.
Man, look, Tracy, the beauty of just being a phone call away, she called me one time at 10 o'clock at night.
Mhm.
Charles, I'm like, what? These people gonna make me lose my religion. Oh, hold on, Tracy. Now, we told you when you open up an event center.
I ain't telling your business, sis. That's him.
I'm gonna tell you just a little bit of it. I said, Tracy, calm down. The Lord is still with you. Just hold on for a minute. Because the thing about it is, what people don't understand, sometimes when you have these business and stuff, you encounter all kind of stuff.
Yes.
You know, so you got to have a real love for community when you run a business. 'Cause
Yes.
you got some characters out here sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Tracy didn't really say that. She said it just a little bit, but not the whole thing. I had to add my own to it.
Your
but nevertheless,
sauce to it.
I added a little sprinkle to it. She didn't say, oh, she was going to lose her religion, but she did kind of calm like, man, you know, because, you know, it's one thing to be an entrepreneur because it's a little scary.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one thing to think about it in your mind. It's another thing to actually do it.
Mhm.
So I just want to commend Tracy and commend Leroy and her entire team because go by Gibbs Shopping Center because it looks amazing.
It's nice.
And I'm the type of person, I love development. So every time I would just drive by there the whole time they was working on the parking lot and the roof and getting stuff open and just getting everything done. And I just watched that thing come online. And so when me and Damali see Tracy and Leroy, we be shaking our head like
yep.
that's what we talking about. See,
Thumbs
that's
up.
collaboration over competition.
Mhm.
Tracy, what do you need? You need some tables, chairs, something you get yours. No problem. Come. See, that is the blueprint from Black Wall Street. That's what the difference is. It can't be like, oh, we booked. We don't know what to tell you. Go back home. We don't do that. You
Right.
know, go. So look, somebody else can open up another event center because in North Tulsa, you got about 45,000 people.
Mhm.
We don't have enough of anything yet.
Yes.
So we might have Oasis, but if you want to open up a grocery store, open it. We may have the event center. She may have a spot, but if you want to open an event center, open it up. Because we need more because our community needs more. But I'm glad we spotlighted Miss Tracy Gibbs and Leroy Gibbs over at Gibbs Shopping Center because it's an amazing place to go check out and frequent her event center.
So if you'd like to book your next event or learn more, you can connect with Reflection Event Center. Their website is reflectioneventcenter.com.
Mhm.
Their number is 918-780-7335. Again, that's Reflection Event Center located at 612 East 46th Street North, right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, owned and operated by Tracy and Leroy Gibbs. We need you to support local, support community, support the spaces that bring us together. Also know that Gibbs Shopping Center does have space available for commercial rental.
There you go.
Commercial rental. So if you are looking for a place to house your business, if you are an entrepreneur, hey, call Tracy. Call the same number, 918-780-7335. They have beautiful spaces over there available. Now, they are getting pretty full.
Right.
But they still have a few spaces available. So go over there and talk to her. Look at the space and see if your business would be suited in that shopping center. But it's beautiful, beautiful space. And I wouldn't say it if it wasn't so.
And I love what you're saying because today we're talking about personal standard.
Yes.
So when you talk about reflection, that's why we can lean in because we know Tracy and Leroy's personal standard. When you see this couple right here, what's the first thing you think?
Yeah, classy. Yes.
High standard,
standards,
humble, down to earth, personable, approachable, and all of that. So imagine you got a spot where you can go have your event, wedding reception, business meeting, church meeting. You can have any of those things. But also, if you're a barber, man, I'm about to get my barber license.
Yeah.
I need a little space. Then go see her.
Yeah.
I'm finna open my candy shop, man, but I ain't got a spot. Go see her. The thing about it, that's what makes community great.
Yeah.
You know, you support because this going to be all part of circulating that dollar.
In our own
Circulating that dollar. Now, if we booked and she booked and everybody's booked, then take your money somewhere else. But for now, the event center or Reflections, you come see us first before you take your dollars outside because the standards are high. And of course, you're going to get us and you're going to get her and you're going to get Leroy. So
it's currently 15 before the top of the hour.
it is.
It's going to be time for us to go. And I know you guys are sad because I'm starting to feel sad already. We got to go.
We got a lot of people on the YouTube page. Thank y'all for tuning in on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in on KBOB 89.9 FM. Thank you for everybody out there riding on the highway, listening to NYC.FM. And remember, even when we go off the air here in about 15 minutes, if you're in the car, give it a shot. It's just like Bluetooth. So when you get in your car, just go to NYC.FM. hit your Bluetooth. We're going to start jamming. All the music is clean. So grandma, grandpa, kids, babies, everybody can be in the car. So school, work, or play, then we're good to go with NYCU.FM. Because I love it, Damali, because when I go to New York, California,
right?
Africa, no matter where I go, as soon as I get in the car, because I need to just hear some. Now, I love the throwbacks.
Mhm.
I like the R&B.
Yeah.
So if you are 80s, 90s, 2000, baby, and all that, bet we also play the new jams.
Yeah, we do.
You know, we just play the clean version of it because we want y'all to stay clean as possible, because there's some crazy music out here, and we don't want that to get in your sha-na-na, and we don't want that to get in your spirit.
Not at all.
We trying to keep you in a good headspace. You know what I'm talking about? And music, it does that for you.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
it helps us to get through.
So on tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about family legacy.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm
man.
excited about that because we can go a lot of different directions. And with this show, ain't no telling what direction you're gonna be going in before the end of the show. So family legacy, it's gonna be a great one to talk about. Don't forget that today is voting day on the school board bonds in Tulsa County.
Is that you got that paper? What's on that paper?
I do.
Damali got that paper and put that paper. We're gonna pull this paper back out. So just so you'll know what you're voting for today.
Yeah.
So the TPS is the big one, right?
Yes.
I think that's the one we least need to highlight because that's a huge one.
Boy, this print is really small. So Proposition 1, they want to know if school district number 1 of Tulsa County should incur indebtedness by issuing its bonds in one or more series. And so it gives this long description of what the series are. Proposition 2, shall independent school district number 1 of Tulsa County incur indebtedness by issuing bonds in one or more of a series. And it talks about, so one of them is a $276 million bond. The other is a $200 million bond.
Right.
Then there is a third, which is a $104 million bond. And so these are bonds that are already in place.
Can I borrow some of that bond money?
No, it's for the kids.
Hold on, Damali.
No,
just
it's
hold.
for the
Listen,
kids.
this
It's
one
for
you
the
know.
children.
This one you know. Somebody trying to keep saying, "Listen, just you done said so much money. Just listen."
Right.
Hold on.
No.
So I can't borrow nothing.
No,
Now
it's
you
for the
said
children.
200 some million, another 300 some million, and out of all that, now Charles loved the kids. Now that is something that we do not have to debate. But kids, let me hold something.
The
Damali,
kids
hold on.
got to go to school. We got a lot of kids in the community.
I've seen Dr. Ebony Johnson on the news a lot, on the commercial. I won't say the news, on TV a lot,
Right.
Pushing this. And I mean, we rank at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to education. So I think that this is something that we won't tell you what to do,
Right.
but I'm just saying when it comes to TPS, then I'm going to have to go ahead and go with this, Damali.
Yeah.
Because my preference is the greatest return on our investment in my mind is our kids.
That's right.
If we're not investing in our kids, all of us are doing a huge disservice to our kids to be at the bottom of the barrel on education. We got to own that. Because I don't mind paying another 5 cents, 7, 10 cents, take $1. I don't care. I want our kids to be literate. I want them to be able to read, do math. I want them to be able to compete with the world. Because I think it's unfair to be in Oklahoma and be in a Bible Belt. Can we at least read the Bible? I mean, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just reading is writing and stuff is fundamental. And Damali and I run a EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, and we've got kids. And when they come in, let me tell y'all something, y'all. It's sad. Now we're not still there because they graduating with honors. Now, we done had 10 graduate. Let me say that first. But in the beginning, man,
no
I'm like, wait a minute, what grade you in? 6th grade now. Because one time we had this little game because we make real life stuff, and we had $10. You know, because sometimes I think the biggest issue maybe with our kids, Damali, they can't make it without that phone.
Yes.
So we had a real $10 because our camp is called Unplugged. So guess what? You can't have your phone. So we were like, if you go to the movie and it costs $7 to get in, how much do you have left? And they couldn't answer the question.
Yeah.
They needed their phone. I said, if you don't get up out of here, you want to throw some. I mean, you can sit up in the store and steal money all day. People can't add no more.
Yeah. You know what? I've even been to the store and the cash register
Don't
went
start.
out.
Don't do it.
Oh my God.
If the cash register go,
let me just get my own change because
if you go in, your stuff better not be. If it's $7.25, and if they ain't got that computer, you're gonna be in the store until Jesus get back. Waiting on your change. And I'm saying to myself, I understand technology, but it's just like AI. You can't be totally dependent on it like that. You know, Richie, AJ, Marquise, me, Damali, Mom, all of us, we always know our money. We gonna know it to the penny.
Like, you owe me 5 more cents. Yeah.
Run me my nickel. Because we count every nickel. But I'm telling you, it's important in these spaces when it comes to education.
Right.
Because we would get in there, and sometimes if a kid get in trouble, then your punishment, you got to read this and answer some questions. It's fun and go on. And we would have maybe a 6th grader sitting down, and they keep acting out, and we're like, Damali, why they keep going crazy? You just got this one sheeter you got to do, and you can go back out.
Right.
Then you realize
can't read.
So we take it from 6th grade to 5th grade to 4th grade to 3rd grade, and right around 2nd grade, and you in the 6th grade, they can just now read and comprehend what's going on. And that was disheartening and eye-opening to us. So that's why we have Edgerwick Youth and Family Fun Center. And that's why I just want to say thank you to the people that donate to help us with spring break camp. We got summer camp coming up and all of that, because these are our kids. I'm not just saying your kid personally. They're going to be the representation of all of us, Damali.
Our community.
Yeah. Look, how old are you going to be 15 years from now?
I don't know. How old am I going to be? 15.
See that? See, 15 years from now?
I don't even know how old I am.
Something about 65. You don't know tell you. But I'm saying that's it.
Yeah.
Damali, we finished. Close it, put some shades. Now we're going to be doing at McDonald's, drinking coffee and hot chocolate, eating donuts or something. I don't know what, reading the newspaper or something.
Yeah, something.
But time goes fast.
It does.
And it's on us, Damali, to equip. So I'm just saying, if nothing else, go vote. But whatever I need to get these kids, Damali, I'm giving it up, because we this is unacceptable.
Absolutely.
To be at the bottom of the barrel.
I totally agree. So the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, they're offering their scholarship. Their deadline is April the 10th. So you still have a few days. What's today? The 7th?
Today the 7th.
So you got 3 more days to get your applications in. You can go to dsttulsaalumni.org for scholarship application and information. The Tulsa Dream Center North Campus is hosting their Super Spring Carnival.
Right.
It's going to happen on April 11th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. They're going to offer free food, candy, rides, and more. It is at the Dream Center. That address is 200 West 46th Street North. We went to that a few years back.
Oh, it was turned up.
Oh my God, it was so fun. All the carnival rides and all that. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, I was by the grill. I mean, I seen carnival rides, but I'm telling you, them burgers was tender, and the chicken and all the food. But shout out to Pastor Tim. He actually got an award this weekend for the work that he does at the Black Excellence banquet and ball. So shout out to Pastor Tim and his great work. So we definitely gonna pull up. So you're gonna see us. We're gonna show up, go live, eat some food, play some games, and all of that. So good vibes. People can't say there's nothing to do in the city, because we're telling you what to do, and at the same time trying to get you some money.
Listen, I don't even put all the stuff that's happening, because it's just
Damali got like 2-3 pages. So we just hit 2 or 3 of them every day, but we make sure we give you enough heads up so you and your family can enjoy.
AJ says, I tell the cashier how much my change back is before they ring it up on the cash register.
Cause they don't know.
Yeah, but hey, you owe me $6.43.
And look, and don't give them 100.
Oh God!
If you give them $100 bill and your stuff is $7.85, you ain't never getting your change back. You better check it. Let me tell you something. If you ain't checking if the cash register's gone out, you better know what your change supposed to be. Cause these folk back here giving you back $20, and it's not even it's unintentional, so you can't even be mad.
Right.
I seen the people at the store the other day. He trying to slap somebody. I need the rest of my change. See, I knew he was right, but see, you got to get it right before you leave. Because Damali, you can't go get back in your car at the gas pump and drive off and come back and say you forgot my change.
That's right.
It don't work like that. So look at your change before you leave.
You walk away.
So that you resolving the conflict, you being proactive on the front end.
Right.
But we ain't slapping people at Quick Trip. Put your pimp hand up.
No.
Count your change before you leave out the store.
Before you leave.
Because your change probably might be wrong.
Exactly. Okay, the grand opening celebration of the grocery box is going to be happening on April 11th from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. at 3525 North Peoria, Unit 107. That's at the Phoenix at 36. There's going to be a ribbon cutting, food, and giveaways. So make sure that you are present.
And they deliver to the event center. So now, when you have something at the event center, you got your fresh produce and all that right here on the corner of 36th Street, North Peoria. God has answered my prayer. God had answered my prayer, Damali, right here, right. I can look outside on the corner. Let me tell y'all something. Yeah. If you've moved to another city, another country, another state, whatever, you need to come to 36th Street North in Peoria. If you have not been over here in months, a year, or whatever, you better come. Yeah. Because let me tell you something. North Tulsa's on the comeback. Okay. And it's going to be happening real quick. So you better get in the game. Remember, we said it here on the Community Wake Up.
Don't forget that taxes are due.
No, that's what I didn't want to think about. File my extension, Damali, today.
Right.
Go.
So sole proprietorships, single member LLCs, C corporations, and personal taxes are all due on April the 15th.
Go on, I'm for real. Can you go and find me an extension? Just
I know, right? I haven't done my taxes yet. Because by the time we do all these business taxes, I'm out. And so I'm like, hey, do mine in October.
I just gave you an example. If you're running in the rear and you're running slow, just go and tell the person to file you an extension.
Yes.
I'm doing it right now on the live for real. I'm not even playing. File it. Now I'm gonna have until October to get my taxes done without penalties. If you apply for a house or a car or a job, any of that, if they need your taxes, if you give them an extension, that's in replacement of your taxes. Yeah. So file your extension. If you don't file that extension, you're on your own, because on the Community Wake Up, we told you. Don't be out here not doing your tax. The IRS will put them handcuffs on you, and they cold. Man. The handcuffs are real cold.
I don't know, so, and I don't want to find out.
Don't go to jail behind no taxes.
Okay. The Hornet Havoc drone racing event is going to be happening on April 17th.
I like how that sounds.
There is a flyer right here.
Just show them the flyer.
April 17th.
We'll post it.
You want to take it on this camera over here, see?
Yeah. I like that.
There you go.
There it is.
Hornet Havoc drone racing event is April the 17th, which is on a Friday.
You can hold the thing crooked.
I'm holding it crooked?
Yeah, turn your hand.
Yeah.
To the left, to the left.
There you go, right there.
Up.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
You hear I saying that, Steve?
At the Booker T. Washington Auxiliary Gym, located at 1514 East Zion Street.
That's good.
There's going to be live drone racing, concessions, this is a fundraiser event that's open to the public. The admission is $1 for students and $2 for adults. All of the proceeds help the drone team go to nationals. For more information, you can go to Roger RA1 at tulsaschools.org.
Man, why does drone look like it's at war? I'm scared of this drone. Got a big old headlight on it. Thing got fire flying from. I'm scared of this. This is a very aggressive drone right here. The Booker T. Washington. You got to put that old Hornet. It's pretty aggressive.
We had to have the orange and black.
That's why y'all won all them championships. Right. You got this drone like you got it. You got it. Y'all got it. Booker T. Got it. Just get this drone off me.
Right.
Look at this, Steven. I ain't playing. Look.
NARAB Affordable Home Ownership Bus Tour Community Wealth Expo is going to be happening on May 2nd at 12:30 p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at the Tulsa Dream Center, located at 200 West 46th Street North. It's a free event. There's going to be food, music, and giveaways. AJ put a rocket on her.
Man, it is a rocket, boy. You see that drone on there, AJ? I'm going to send it to you, man. That's a very aggressive drone. Let me tell you.
Let me see. The Black Wall Street Rally is going to be happening May 14th through 16th. There's going to be museum tours. There's going to be live music on the stage. There's going to be panel discussions and cultural vendors. Friday, May 15 is Rep Your City Day and Audio Super Bowl. The musical headliner this year is going to be One Way, and jazz sensation Julian Vaughn will be performing at the BMX Park. Tickets are $50. You can go to blackwallstreetrally.com in order to get all information and to get your tickets. And then don't forget to save the date. Juneteenth is happening.
It's going down.
And it's going to be a busy weekend. So the schedule is going to be coming out. Once we get the official schedule, then we are going to be announcing that schedule to you guys and letting you guys know what's going on. And then lastly, one of our friends has his own lawn care business, and he says, meet me in the yard. Time to tackle your yard. He said they offer services. They do lawn mowing and edging, seasonal cleanup, mulch, and flower beds. Dang, I need to get them at my house. Hedge trimming and the like. You can give them a call at 918-999-3201, or you can email them at meetmeintheyardlawnservice@gmail.com.
And that'll be all, y'all. This has been the Community Wake Up. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
We'll see you on Hump Day Wednesday. Be blessed.